let's start maybe from the beginning. We know you've been working on this film for like 35 years. So
Jesus.
why did
Okay.
it? What took you so
That
long to
sounds
make this
that sounds
movie?
dramatic. Okay. No,
Took you forever to make this
it
movie.
took like I think it took like 10 years from the initial idea to development, financing, and stuff. It's the first film, so it's also like very complicated to get your voice heard as a filmmaker, to get people on board, because financially also it's like consequence. It's a rather big, large budget to shoot a film. So I think that took a lot of time. But I always say it's a good thing actually, because the initial movie was something totally different, which was set in Switzerland, which would have been terribly boring. And slowly, like the story started migrating to something that I'm more fond of, that I'm also very close to. Those women in my family who have also always influenced me. And so I think 2 years into development, the movie kind of started to shift to Egypt. And my producers were okay to explore this story, and to set the whole story in Egypt, and slowly became like really this back to the roots for me in a way, because I haven't been to Egypt for like, let's say 5-6 years after my grandmother's death, so I had this kind of distance to my roots and heritage, and it's something that really drove me closer to where my mom's from, or personal family history, where I feel also strongly connected to, and so yeah, maybe that took a lot of time.
Wow. So the therapy took you 10
Yeah.
years to get through.
I'm more fluent in Egypt in Arabic than I was before doing this film, and I think it drew me pretty much closer to my heritage.
That must have made you like so happy and worth it, despite, obviously the film's beautiful and it's an amazing film and so much about it we'll get into, but just that you got to connect with your country and leave an imprint on Egyptian culture on its own is such an amazing feat and accomplishment for you.
I'm very
I'm
happy.
sure you must
Yeah.
feel really proud of yourself for
I'm
doing
happy.
that.
I was scared at the beginning because the movie's mostly Swiss, like in terms of productions wise. But I was scared of how the movie is going to be seen in the Arab world, and very quickly, I felt that I'm not the only person who has this kind of love-hate relationship to his home country. People from the diaspora mostly, like people who grew up outside, but still have like this kind of feeling of belonging somewhere they don't really know, or they don't really feel fit in a way. So I'm very happy that I spoke to this kind of people who actually felt the same way and connected to the film.
Okay, Saeed feels the same way, and he's not even diaspora. He lives in Lebanon, so he has the exact same feeling. You connected with Saeed a lot on this movie.
Really? So we're not alone,
Saeed,
Said.
Yes, I am a part-time diaspora at this point, I would say. Watching the movie I could connect to it on so many levels, and um, the way you projected, like, the Arab mom in that movie, like Nadine Lebek, the character of Nadine Lebek and her mother's character was the relationship that they had was such an interesting dynamic to watch, because like I could definitely see similarities within my family, or like, how even just like the relationship between the mom and the daughter, and even the things that she was saying about wishing that she had a son so that he can have a better life. I'm like, damn, I can see a bit of that applying to how I was treated. But it was what's my question on this matter is, when you were talking about this story, obviously this might have triggered a few nerves for certain people from the Arab world. Um, did you receive any backlash, and how did you deal with it?
Um, Very honestly, we didn't receive any sort of backlash from the MENA region. The only thing being that the film is mostly Swiss in terms, because I'm from Switzerland, and the technical crew was from Switzerland and stuff like that. But otherwise, it was really like which I'm very happy about, it was seen like a love letter to Egypt. Because it shows like a very nice part of Egypt that isn't often shown like in New Egyptian cinema, where they mostly like show
Right.
the other side, which is very good to show as well. But if you fall a little bit too much into like poverty porn, where you show only the bad sides and the bad aspects of a country, which are very important movies. I don't say I didn't say the opposite, but I felt like this movie for me was a love letter to my roots, to my family, to those women, and to Egypt in general. So we didn't have any backlash regarding this. Even if you analyze it in depth, there are a lot of topics that could be controversial, like the mother having extramarital affair, this ambiguity between boy and girl, also about this lack of sexuality. I mean, there are a lot of topics in there. Also, the alcohol consumption, which is very present, and the bad words and bad mouths and everything. But in the end, I think it shows like it portrays a certain type of Egypt that maybe also existed in the past. And because I don't talk about the future or the present Egypt, maybe it was interpreted in a different way.